If you are interested in knowing the history of Islam and Muslims in Ireland, how the early Muslim community was formed in this country, where was the first mosque built, the Muslim population growth pattern over the years, and whether you can find halal food and halal restaurants in Ireland or not, then this video is for you, so let's begin. Ireland is an island situated northwest of the European continent. It has been inhabited for approximately 7,000 years. It is the third largest island in Europe and the 20th largest island in the world. Ireland is separated from Great Britain by Irish Sea. Located at the geographical periphery of the Europe, Ireland has always experienced a delayed arrival of socio-cultural development that shape other Western European societies. Traditionally a country of immigrants with large global diaspora, it turned into a country of immigrants in mid-1990s. The predominant religion of the island is Christianity, with the largest church being the Roman Catholic Church. 88% of the Irish citizens are Roman Catholic. The Republic of Ireland has one of the highest rates of church attendance in the Western world, around 45% of the regular mass attendance. The Irish constitution says that the state may not endorse any particular religion and guarantees freedom of religion. Muslims arrived in Ireland in the early 50s. They came as students, many of whom stayed on to work after graduation, staying and marrying Irish nationals. The first wave came from South Africa. These were the children of well-to-do Asians who fled apartheid and came to Ireland. Perhaps the Muslim students from Republic of South Africa were the first to arrive in the island for this purpose. Students then followed from India, Malaysia, and the Gulf states. In the 1970s, a number of trainees in the aircraft engineering came to the island from Algeria, Libya, Saudi Arabia, and Malaysia. By 2002, the Republic's Muslim population numbered almost 20,000. Of these, around 2,000 were medical doctors, many from the Middle Eastern and North African Arabic-speaking countries. The 2006 census identified a total number of 32,539 Muslims. Most were Sunnis, about 2,000 were Shia. In the most recent census in 2016, over 63,000 people indicated Islam as their religion. Hence, there was 29% rise in Muslim population growth. In 2011 census, 49,200 people declared themselves Muslims. Islam is now listed as one of the fastest growing religion in Ireland. For several decades, Muslim community was a middle-class community different in profile from the Muslim communities in other European countries, which attracted many poorly educated post-colonial settlers as in France or guest workers as in Germany. But by the turn of the century, this profile had begun to shift. Some newcomers were like the earliest arrivals, medical students, doctors, nurses, and other middle-class professionals. However, others arrived to fill comparatively poorly paid jobs in service industries. A vast majority of the Muslims in Ireland live in urban areas with significant concentration of more than half of the Muslim population in Dublin metropolitan area. Interestingly, Muslims living in Ireland are more likely to be married than the general population and much likely to be divorced. The vast majority of the Muslims in Ireland are Sunni. Ireland has also witnessed growing numbers of conversions to Islam, with converts now estimates in thousands. In 1959, the students formed the Dublin Islamic Society. One of their aim was to find a place of worship where they could pray their daily prayers and observe their Friday prayer in congregation. They found a premises for sale on Hetherington Street, number 7, Dublin 8. This became the first mosque in Dublin. Overall, there are approximately 50 mosques and prayer centers within the state, with 5 Muslims as qualified imams. There is more than one mosque or prayer center in each province. The largest mosque is Dublin, the Clonskeg Mosque, or the Islamic Cultural Center of Ireland, which can accommodate around 5,000 people. The Al-Mustafa Islamic Center Ireland, or the Islamic Center in Blanchardstown, has approximately 2,000 members, and the Islamic Foundation of Ireland on the South Circular Road also has the same. In Cork, there is the Muslim Foundation of Cork and the Cork Islamic Cultural Center, each with approximately 500 members. Ritual slaughter is legal in Ireland. There are many halal butchers in Dublin as well as other Irish cities, and halal food is widely available in Ireland. Ireland has a thriving halal industry which exports halal meat and dairy products worldwide. Lamb, an increasing amount of halal dairy products which are certified by IIFA, exported from Ireland. Halal certification is also carried out by Department of Halal Certification Ireland, which was established in 2004 and is linked to the Al-Mustafa Educational and Cultural Center. Halal food is particularly in hospitals is widely available due to the long tradition of the medical doctors of Muslim background working in the Irish health services. All major hotels and restaurants will provide halal food on request, and Arabic coffee, shisha and traditional Arabic food are also served to high standards. Hotels in Ireland are accustomed to providing for the needs of the Muslim tourists. Hotels across the island can provide copies of the Quran, prayer mats, wudu facilities and the direction of Qibla on request. Hotels across the island are also accustomed to providing for the needs of the Muslim guests. Large adjoining rooms such as family suites are widely available, as are alcohol-free hotels. Islam has become the second largest religion in the British Isles long time ago. 2.5 thousand Muslim charitable organizations operate here, and the British recognizes the Muslims are the most generous philanthropists. The middle of the 19th century was the most tragic time in the Ireland's history. There was one disaster after another for the Irish back then. The bad potato harvest, which is poor people's main food, led to famine, after which the Irish began to suffer from typhus fever, dysentery, scurvy and cholera. More than 1/4 of the Irish people died or fled from the miseries. The authorities of the United Kingdom tried to help them, but they had very little money. There is no telling what would have happened to Ireland if it did not receive help from the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, Abdul Majid I, a young Ottoman reformer, was famous for his generosity. The Sultan decided to grant Ireland financial assistance in the amount of £10,000, but a huge amount of money for those times had to be cut tenfold because British diplomats decided that the Sultan's aid should not exceed the size of the British Queen's help, who sent the Irish only £2,000. However, Abdul Majid found a way to circumvent the laws of diplomacy by sending to the island not just money but also humanitarian aid in the form of several ships full of food. Since then, the Irish are very sympathetic to the Turks. Muslims, refugees escaping from civil war, poverty, religious fanaticism in the Middle East and Africa have made Europe their home. Journey into Europe, Islam, Immigration and Identity is a fascinating and well-researched book by a scholar and writer of Islam, Ahmad Akbar. The author captures the historical significance of Islam in Europe and describes contemporary Islamic identities. This book is a must-read for anyone seeking to understand the dynamics and relationship between the Europeans and Muslim communities. There has been much public debate and academic research focused on Muslims living in larger Western European countries like Britain, France and Germany, but little is known of Muslims in Ireland. So Muslims in Ireland, past and present, the book fills this gap, providing a complete study of this unexplored Muslim presence from the arrival of the first resident in Cork in the southwest of Ireland in 1784 until mass immigration to the Republic of Ireland during the Celtic Tiger period from mid-1990s onward. This book is essential for anyone who wants to understand the diversity of Muslim presence across Europe. You can buy both these books from Amazon from our links given in the description below.
يلومونني في اشتهاء الحياة وأني للذاتها أرتوي وأني بها مغرم